Heidi-ho neighbors, Rado Goji here, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Warrior 2. And when we left off, we were going this way. And this is the right way to go. At least this will lead us to the next town. I the only world map I could find was actually from the NES version of the game, and, I pretty much had to, compare, the areas in order to find out where I was going, because, like I said before, a lot of the stuff in the Game Boy version is called something differently than the NES version. Oh, Laurasia is the same. Moonbrook is the same, except Moonbrook has an E at the end in the NES version, and then Kanak is called something completely different, like Samaltria or something like that. But the nearby town, which is basically in between Laurasia and Kanak, is this way. As well as the next area we're meant to go. I found out where that is. So, I'm pretty sure we're on the right track here. I don't think we're going to be seeing Kanak anytime soon, mainly due to the fact that, well, here there's some more stuff that we want. New music. The town of Leftwine. You should rest your tired bones. What do you have, item shop? What do you sell? Nothing we really 100% need, I don't think. Yeah, Leftwine was called something different, too. A storage surface. We don't need that. We may need it later, but, oh yeah, herbs still aren't stacked. I don't know why I keep thinking 4 is the highest stack when things don't stack. That's Dragon Warrior 3. Stacks can't reach higher than 4 unless they're in the community bag. Remember, the Prince of Laurasia is on a quest to bring Hargon to justice. Pardon? You're that prince? Yup. Oh, please, that's so silly. You're silly. Hargon attacked Moonbrook Castle. Did you hear about that? Yeah. So the rumors are true. What a disaster. Hey, shopkeep, what you got? So you wanted... Okay, now the knife... I think this is hilarious, but the knife actually does more damage than the copper sword does. Just a little. It's also one of the few items that Beth will be able to use. The sickle is something that's definitely better than something we have. I think this can attack a group of enemies at a time. Also, chainmail. And I hate to say it, but we're pretty much in a position where we're grinding again, and I've already started recording. You know what? Let's go for it, because that way I can find things to talk about. So if you want to skip this video, just go on right ahead. I'm just going to pad out 15 minutes of grind. I don't think it'll take that long. It didn't take too long to raise up for the shield. That took within a video. This will probably take, well, 3 or 4 times longer, but still. There's also stronger stuff here. Stronger stuff than slimes. Hopefully. We're obviously stronger than these iron ants. Hooray. Yeah, 12 gold, that's not bad. It shouldn't be too long to grind up. So, yay. Recording backlogs, because, you know, how well that's been doing for me so far. Because, you know, I've been busy, and I want to actually have a bunch of stuff in advance so I don't have to record every day. I don't know if I'll be able to get because I'm pretty much booked the entire day for tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around to recording Baldur's Gate at all. And kind of have plans later today, so I don't think I'm going to have time to record Baldur's Gate today either. I mean, we'll know by the time you watch this video, because, you know, this is going to be up at the very least, today's Saturday, so Tuesday? But if you're watching this on a Wednesday, then, or if this is uploaded on Wednesday, then you'll know that I wasn't able to put Baldur's Gate up on Sunday. And if you're watching this a lot farther in the future, because this has been up for maybe a year or so, and, greetings from the past. From the far past. This is always greetings from the past. I mean, you know, the part before this is, you know, going to be going up in, maybe an hour. And that's still, you know, the future from when I recorded it, so It's all in the perspective of how you look at things, but... So, in any case, greetings from the past. Now, if only there's a way that we can, like, record stuff and then, like, put it up on a day before or something like that, if you miss days where you record, or put things up, and then you go back into the past, and then you could say, greetings from the future, but, time travel doesn't really exist, so there's nothing we can do about that. So more grinding. I guess I may as well, you know, talk about random other things, what I really want to do. Like I said, when I'm done with either this or Pokemon, I'm gonna go back to doing the Zelda games. I'm kind of still recovering from Zelda 2 and how I will never play that game again. I'm going back to my previously installed vow that I had to break in order to do the LP. And thank God for Game Genie, because otherwise I would have not have been able to keep my sanity through that damn thing. And I may have cheated, but I'm glad that I got it done. And then we're going to be moving on to A Link to the Past, which is a much, much better game. Also, I need to see how well... I haven't used Dazzle in a while. And I remember before that I was having some problems getting it to record correctly because the sound kept jumping and it would get off sync. But I think it might have had something to do with the fact that, you know, Steam and stuff were on at the time. So I'm going to try it without Steam and stuff being on. Hopefully that'll fix it. If not, I'm probably going to try to find some other recording software. Because the thing with A Link to the Past is I'm playing it on a Game Boy Advance cartridge. And I'm going to be playing Four Swords later on, because, you know, I'm doing all the main series Zelda games. So what I want to do is I'm going to basically play A Link to the Past on the Game Boy version. Because I think it's a little more refined than the SNES version. I also don't own the SNES version. And, you know, I don't want to have to go to Misery Mire and break sequence just to be able to finish the Ice Palace, so... I like the fact that they actually fixed that puzzle so that you can go through the Ice Palace all in one go. It'll make things a lot easier on me. Also, I do want to show off the extra stuff that comes with the Game Boy version, which will probably be in an extra video after I'm done with Four Swords, because, you know, Four Swords and stuff. I do have to still find somebody who still has Four Swords, though, as well as a Game Boy Advance, which might be a little harder. I mean, I still have a Game Boy Advance. I could use my Game Boy Advance. I just have to find someone else who still has the game. I'm fairly sure there's a friend of mine who I see quite often. The guy who, you know, he's the guy who lent me the computer, the guy who owns Goemon, stuff like that. I'm fairly sure he still has his laying around somewhere in his house. I don't know if it's been lost to time since he moved, but I know he said he still has Mystical Ninja. I actually still need to go back and re-record the last bit of that, actually from the N64, so that I can actually finish that. Because I kind of left it on a cliffhanger because the ROM, I guess, had some anti-piracy or something like that, and it was like, shame on you, Rado. And you know, I asked for it, doing the emulator and everything, but, you know, especially since I don't technically own the game. But, you know, I'm gonna get that done too. But once I'm absolutely sure that that Dazzle's working, or once I get another kind of recording device, I'm gonna be starting Kamen Rider Super Climax Heroes. So that's gonna be probably like if I get a working or a definite working device by that time. Yeah, this might be taking longer than expected. Feel free to skip this video, if anything. We're probably going to be grinding the rest of the video and me doing updates, but there's also the fact that, you know, once I get make sure that I have a fully working, properly recording device, Super Climax Heroes, because, you know, there were a lot of people when I came back from the past computer disaster. People asking, hey, are you going to continue Climax Heroes O's? And I'm like, well, no, I'm not, because there are better games now. But yeah, I'm still going to find out how I'm going to go about doing that. If I'm going to be doing the thing where I was doing before, was just, you know, playing through arcade mode with all the characters that you start with, then unlocking characters, and as you unlock characters, you play through arcade mode with them. As well as, you know, the extra, styles and stuff like that. You know, well, I'll figure all that out when I get to it, but... also, other news, I'm almost to 100 subscribers. If I get another subscriber, I'll have a reason to do another quick Let's Play. You know, something special. And I might do Kirby's Dream Land 2, because that's the only other thing I can think of that I really want to do. I might start Mario Brothers or something like that. I was actually going to plan on doing, like all the Metroid games, or all the Mario Brothers games after I was done with all the Zelda games, but the Metroid games may happen, but I don't think Super Mario's going to happen. There was a point where I did have all the Super Mario games in some way, shape, or form, but now I don't. I traded in a bunch of them because A, I needed money at the time, B, I wasn't playing them at all, or I had better versions of them or whatever, like the new Super Mario Brothers games. I had the DS version, I had the Wii version. I've since traded them in since I got the 3DS one, and I don't have a Wii U, so I'm not going to do the Wii U one at all. I mean, I may eventually get a Wii U, but I still don't know if at that point, because the only game I'm really interested in right now for the Wii U is Mario. Maybe Pikmin, and Monster Hunter 3 is a good one too, but I'm getting that on the 3DS, so I don't really need the Wii U version of that. But, yeah, also Super Mario Galaxy 1, I don't have that anymore. I have Mario Galaxy 2 that I need to play. But I basically have a better version of Mario Galaxy 1, so I don't really need Mario Galaxy 1 anymore. So that's that. Metroid games, though, I still have all of them in some way, shape, or form. Oh, I might want to finish this quickly. Or use my healing items that I bought for just this reason. You know, in case I was dying. The Metroid 1 I have on both the 3DS and on the Wii. Metroid 2 I have on the 3DS. Super Metroid I have on the Wii. And all the other games I have in physical format, so I won't feel guilty about using ROMs for those, because, you know, like I said, I mainly try to aim to play... I mean, I'm still using emulators and ROMs, but I mainly aim to try to play games that I actually own physical copies or legitimate copies of in some way, shape, or form. Like this, I have the original Game Boy cartridge. So I could play that. Mole Mania, I have the cartridge for that. Kirby's Dream Land, I have... When I did Kirby's Dream Land, we had the physical cartridge sitting around somewhere. I think we found it eventually when my brother moved out and we were moving stuff around in the room. But at this point, I have, you know, it downloaded on my 3DS, so... I think I'm pretty much like the person who has like the most stuff downloaded on their 3DS as well. I'm a big fan of like Virtual Console and stuff, and like having as much as I can on a portable console, because, you know, it gives me that much more variety of stuff that I can play if I have the game with me, or the console with me. And if I'm traveling or something like that, like I have like a case that'll hold like I have like slots for 3 games, and also I have little game holders for like 6 more that'll fit in there. So that's like 9 games I can bring with me, but then I'll have a whole bunch of other ones downloaded on the 3DS itself, on the SD card, so I'm pretty much set. I mean, like, you know, if I don't want to play this game, I can just, you know, find something different or whatever. I have a ton of old Game Boy games on there. I have all 3 of the Game Gear games, because they all interested me. I have a bunch of Game Boy Color games, a bunch of NES games. And there's still more that I want on there. I mean, even games that I have in physical format, like on the original Game Boy, I'm like, you know, I don't really want to bring my Game Boy with me if I'm bringing my 3DS someplace, so... You know, say what you will about me, you know, spending a lot of money on that, but I think it's worth it. It's worth it to me. And that's why I went ahead and did that. A lot of, you know, PS1 games that we either borrowed or didn't have a chance to play. I mean, Chrono Cross I own, but I still downloaded Chrono Cross onto my PSP and then later my Vita. So, you know, that works. Probably should download it on my PS3 as well, because you can bop the save file back and forth. And we're still not even enough to afford the sickle yet. So what I'm going to do is, now that you've heard me talking for the past 15 minutes and watching me kill monsters for the past 15 minutes and stuff, I think it's time for us to end. Well, it's not really 15 minutes yet, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. And when we come back, all of the grinding will be done, so you no longer need to worry about that. Like I said, and I'm going to put it in the description. Feel free to skip this one. That really isn't anything in particular. Just feel free to stop watching after the first couple of minutes. But like, if you've watched to this point, then thank you. I guess you're a lot more patient than I. But in any case, next time we're actually going to get around to doing stuff. I promise. I've been Radio Goji, and I'll be here next time. Join me, won't you?